Before we start, characters like Emu, the Gorosei, Big Mom, Kaido, and the Seraphims are not included in this list. And this ranking is just based on my own opinion. So let's start. Number 30 is Yasap, also known as Chaser. He is one of the senior officers and the sniper of the Red Hair Pirates. Yasap is an extremely skilled marksman who never misses his target. He once boasted that he was capable of shooting the antenna off of an ant at 100 feet away without harming the rest of it. Luffy also stated that he had never seen him miss a shot. His reputation was such that when Shanks was looking for potential crew members, he sought out Yasap, who had apparently already made quite a name for himself. It was also stated in a recent SBS that he can see longer in the future better than the likes of Katakuri. Number 29, Lucky Roo. Lucky Roo is one of the senior officers, a combatant, and the cook of the Red Hair Pirates. Roo fights by utilizing his girth to his advantage, using a style called self-bowling. He is capable of curling himself into a ball and then rolling or being tossed around by an ally. Despite his round body, Lucky Roo was able to sneak up on a mountain bandit without being noticed. Roo possesses the ability to use armament haki. He used a flintlock pistol to shoot a mountain bandit that was threatening Shanks at point-blank range. Lucky Roo was also stated to be the fastest character in the series. Number 28, Rob Lucci. Having undergone extremely hard Rokushiki training from early childhood, Lucci has developed extraordinary physical prowess, well beyond any other CP9 agent, specifically 400 times stronger than a common armed soldier according to his Dariki, without transforming. Lucci has also achieved Devil Fruit Awakening, letting him assume a new much more powerful hybrid form, which greatly enhances his physical strength, speed, as well as his recovery rate. Unlike most awakened Zoans, Lucci's personality was not overtaken by the animal nature of the Devil Fruit. In this awakened form, he could somewhat match Luffy, while in his own awakened form for a time. Number 27, Crocodile. During the Summit War of Marineford, Crocodile was uninjured after confronting fellow warlords Doflamingo and Mihawk in quick succession, despite the fact that both opponents possess and have complete mastery of their haki. Against the latter, he did not seem to be concerned at all about facing the strongest swordsman in the world, even going so far as to threaten him. Crocodile was even able to clash against Akainu and survive completely unharmed afterward. After time skip, Crocodile became more powerful than before. He easily defeated Vice Admiral Stainless and his fleet. His bounty of 1,965,000,000 belly has made him an extremely dangerous threat to the world government's operations. This is furthered by the fact that he and Mihawk merely becoming subordinates to Buggy was enough to get him named as one of the 4 emperors by the world government. Number 26, Boa Hancock. Hancock is widely considered to be extremely powerful. During the Marines and the Blackbeard pirates' invasion of Amazon Lily to capture her, Hancock was able to easily defeat most of both invading parties by petrifying them, including Vice Admiral Yamakaji and 2 of Blackbeard's 10 Titanic captains, Katarina Devon and Vasco Shot. Hancock is one of the very few people in the world who can use all 3 types of haki. She also has a broken devil fruit so long as they feel attraction for her. She can completely turn people to stone by hitting them with any of a variety of heart-shaped long-range attacks, as well as partially transform them by striking them physically, only petrifying the area she struck. Number 25, Magellan. Magellan is extremely underrated. Even Emporio Ivankov, a commander in the Revolutionary Army, was shown to be no match for him, being defeated in no time and very easily. According to Mr. 2, Magellan is known to silence even the most ultimate of prisoners. Indeed, that all the prisoners are afraid of him. Even 2 former warlords of the sea, Crocodile and Jinbei, were concerned of Magellan's upcoming arrival. He also easily defeated Luffy, who even after using Mr. 3's wax armor effectively against Magellan's fruit, was unable to stop him. He also easily dispatched the warlord of the sea Blackbeard and his crew in one fell swoop when they first met. However, according to Shiryu, this happened because they underestimated Magellan's strength. Number 24, Shiryu. During his time in Impelled Down, Shiryu was said to be equal in strength to the warden himself, Magellan, and since the latter's bowel issues restricted his active time in the prison, Shiryu was deemed to be more dangerous. Shiryu is shown to have formidable speed, seen with him cutting down several Impelled Down jailers in a split second. In terms of endurance, alongside the rest of the Blackbeard crew, he was able to take a Quake shockwave from Whitebeard and later a direct hit from Sengoku's shockwave in his Daibutsu form, being sent back a great distance and then getting up with little trouble. After gaining his invisibility powers, Shiryu's stealth prowess increased, enabling him to perform several sneak attacks on Gecko Moria and his zombies without the former warlord knowing what happened until Shiryu revealed himself. Shiryu can be a lot stronger than we know. Until we see more feats from him, he should be just right above Magellan. Number 23, Marco. In battle, Marco is shown to be a very powerful combatant. At Marineford, he fought and held his own against each of the 3 Marine admirals, indicating his capabilities. During the raid on Onigashima, Marco had a brief head-on clash with Big Mom on what seemed to be even terms, Marco appearing confident that he could keep the Emperor occupied. When abandoning their confrontation, Big Mom stated that she did not have enough souls to spare on Marco. Later during the raid, Marco effectively held off and overpowered the 2 All-Stars King and Queen, Kaido's 2 strongest combatants with bounties over 1.3 billion at once. However, Marco did state that fighting the 2 was difficult for him, and he sustained some light injuries amid the engagement until eventually succumbing to exhaustion. Marco can clash pretty much with everyone because of his Devil Fruit, but he doesn't have any attacks that can damage most of the characters in this list. Number 22, Katakuri. The strongest of the 3 Sweet Commanders, Katakuri possesses immense physical strength, being able to flick jelly beans with such extreme force and velocity that they act like bullets, mortally wounding his opponents with a single shot. Even from a great distance, Katakuri can kill a man with a flicked jelly bean. Katakuri is extremely fast and possesses extraordinary reflexes. Due to his speed, an expert observation haki user such as Luffy barely had time to react to his attacks. Katakuri possesses tremendous levels of durability and endurance, being able to withstand multiple immensely powerful attacks from Gear 4 Luffy and quickly recover to counterattack. Katakuri has also mastered his Devil Fruit powers to the point of awakening his Devil Fruit. He is also able to use the advanced form of observation haki, which allows him to see visions of a few seconds into the future. Number 21, King. King possesses immense physical strength. His feats include repressing a raid suit donning Sanji by grabbing his neck one-handed and blocking a powerful kick from the latter using his own leg. Slicing one of Marco's phoenix wings right off with a downward swipe of his sword. Due to his Lunarian descent, King is immensely resilient, with Queen calling him a monster that could survive in any natural environment. In his youth, while held captive on Punk Hazard, King was able to survive all the endurance experiments conducted on him, such as being continuously burned alive, and could shrug off gunfire without a scratch. As a Lunarian, King wields the natural ability to ignite any part of his body, allowing him to create and manipulate fire in both his base form and Zoan forms. He went toe-to-toe against Zorro until Zorro found out about his race and he eventually got defeated. Number 20, Sanji. Sanji utilizes attacks that are variations of kicks with the name of the attack usually having something to do with food, such as Jabla Jam Bay, wherein he raises the temperatures of his legs so high that they glow bright red. He also uses a move named Skywalk, which allows him to jump to great heights and to be able to float mid-air. Through continued use of his raid suit, he awakened his inert genetic modifications. He ultimately accepted these modifications, giving him increased strength and speed. He would later use his new abilities with Armament Haki to create Ifrit Jam Bay, a more powerful version of Jabla Jam Bay that uses blue-white flames. Number 19, Kid. Kid is also one of the few characters that have all 3 types of haki, but we don't see him using his Conqueror's haki that much. During the raid on Onigashima, he is shown to be powerful enough to fight against the two emperors, Kaido and Big Mom, dealing a small amount of damage to them despite their near-impenetrable defenses. Later, Kid briefly faced Big Mom in a singles match before fighting alongside Law in a match where he was receiving Hawkins' damage. After Big Mom had been empowered with a year of her life while wielding her special homies, Hera, Prometheus, and Napoleon, all of whom had grown stronger and more in sync, the two supernovas, using their awakened powers, managed to push Big Mom towards her limits and landing a devastating blow against the feared emperor, resulting in her eventual defeat. In the 18th place is Yamato. Yamato possesses immense physical strength resembling that of Kaido, being capable of wielding a large and heavy kanabo and using it to knock out Ulti, an ancient Zoan user and one of the Tobi Rappo, with just one blow. Yamato was also able to physically match Luffy's strength with relative ease, even when he increased his strength exponentially with Gear 2 and Gear 3. During the fight against Kaido, Yamato was able to withstand the Emperor's powerful attacks and continue to fight effectively. Yamato is one of very few people in the world who is capable of using all three types of haki. Yamato is able to generate ice, using it for augmenting weapons, creating protection with ice armor or walls, and even releasing a powerful blast of ice from his breath that can clash evenly with and cancel out Kaido's flame breath blast. Number 17. Law. Law is a skilled swordsman and has knowledge in medical fields due to his study at medical school. He's eaten the Op Devil fruit, transforming him into a free modified human, allowing him to create a spherical territory in which he can disassemble, reform, and telekinetically control matter. He is capable of separating and spatially displacing anything and everything inside, including himself, referred to as that he can operate on anything within the spherical operating room. Easily among the most versatile devil fruits around, with his powers, Law is easily capable of causing mass havoc within the area he controls. He can also use it for teleportation purposes. Law's devil fruit has also awakened, and together with Kid they were able to defeat Big Mom. Law was also able to keep up against Blackbeard, but he was eventually defeated after Blackbeard uses his Yami Yami no Mi. In the 16th place is Zorro. Zorro is one of the most skilled swordsmen in the series, recently defeating King in Wano arc. Zorro have all three types of haki, unlocking Conqueror's haki in his fight against Kaido. He also have a new sword replacing Shusui, which is Enma, one of the 21 great grade swords. Zorro was also able to scar Kaido using his technique, Ashura 9 sword style. He also blocked the combined attacks of Big Mom and Kaido for a small amount of time, and he somehow survived, proving that his durability and endurance is no joke. Zorro also uses a new attack called 103 Mercy's Dragon Damnation, which he used to defeat King. Number 15. Sabo. Even when he had not yet eaten a devil fruit, he rose to the position of second in command and was able to take on Jesus Burgess, the captain of the Blackbeard pirates' first ship and one of their strongest members, without any difficulty. After eating the Mara Mara no Mi, his power increased. He took on Admiral Fujitora and came out with only a few bruises, although Sabo suspected the admiral was holding back. In his adulthood, Sabo has become a master of the Ryusoken fighting style, which revolves around the use of grips, which he refers to as claws. His grips are strong enough to break armor, great swords, artillery, and even skulls with ease and remaining unharmed. He claims that his fingers are like the claws of a dragon. He also uses haki to increase the strength of his fingers. Number 14. Aramaki, better known by his alias Ryakugyu. He effortlessly defeated King and Queen, two all-stars of the Beast's pirates with bounties of over 1 billion belly, and several of their subordinates. However, it is possible that the pirates had not fully recovered from the injuries they sustained during the Udon prison breakout and the raid on Onigashima that had happened days earlier. Ryakugyu was able to single-handedly contend with a group consisting of Raizo, Shinobu, Inuarashi, Denjiro, Nekomamushi, Kawamatsu, Yamato, and Momo and held the advantage over them until the latter gained better control of his devil fruit powers. Another testament of Ryakuji's power is that he defeated and arrested Edward Weevil, a powerful former warlord. Number 13. Isho. Better known by his alias Fujitora, greatly attesting to his power, Fujitora possesses tremendous swordsmanship skills, which he combines with his devil fruit ability, channeling his gravity powers through his sword. He was able to fight Sabo, the Revolutionary Army's chief of staff and number 2 in strength, who had not long beforehand acquired a powerful Logia ability to more or less a standstill, emerging from such battle without a scratch. By Sabo's own reckoning, Fujitora had not gone all out but merely stalled for time, due to not seeing his foe as a true enemy. Despite being blind, due to his other acute senses and observation haki, Fujitora can handle himself perfectly well in combat. Number 12. Rayleigh. Rayleigh's immense battle prowess allowed him to fight on par with Admiral Kazara, preventing him from attacking the Straw Hat Pirates. However, he himself has admitted that he is not as young as he used to be, and as a result can tire in battle. He also stated that due to his old age, he would likely be incapable of defeating Blackbeard. This implies that when he was in the prime of his strength, he may have been even stronger than when he fought Kazara and could pose a serious threat to Blackbeard. Rayleigh possesses immense physical strength despite his elderly age. He was capable of killing several sea kings with his bare hands even after swimming to Amazon Lily from outside the Calm Belt. Rayleigh is extremely fast and possesses extraordinary reflexes. He could also intercept Kazara's attack when the Admiral was about to kill Zorro, and also managed to keep up with his light-enhanced speed. Number 11. Sengoku. Even without his Zoan Devil Fruit powers, Sengoku has enormous strength, enough to effortlessly hold down an enraged GARP with only one hand. Sengoku is also a tremendously skilled hand-to-hand fighter. Combined with his mythical Zoan Devil Fruit powers, he could knock away all the members of the Blackbeard Pirates, who are extremely powerful in their own right, sending them flying. Sengoku has extraordinary speed, even in his gigantic Buddha form. He could launch an unexpected surprise attack on all the members of the Blackbeard Pirates. His golden shockwaves are strong enough to clash evenly with the tremor shockwaves created by the Gura Gura no Mi of Blackbeard. Sengoku also possesses all 3 types of haki. In the 10th place is Beckman. Ben Beckman is the crew's second highest authority behind Shanks himself. He has a great deal of experience as the oldest of the crew's core members. In battle, Beckman is a very powerful fighter, with superb combat effectiveness and agility. At the end of the Summit War of Marineford, Admiral Kazara chose not to engage with Beckman when the latter had him held at gunpoint, even though Kazara had fought Marco earlier and even Whitebeard himself. Beckman is especially known for his incredibly advanced intellect, having the highest IQ of any character introduced in the East Blue Saga. Beckman is an immensely skilled user of armament haki. He is able to imbue his rifle's bullets with this type of haki, allowing him to hold a Logia-type Devil Fruit user like Kazara at gunpoint. Number 9. Borsellino. More commonly known by his alias Kazara, by turning his body into light, Kazara can move at light speed, allowing him to maneuver around the battlefield without his enemies being able to keep up. His status and overall strength were enough to qualify Kazara to serve as personal protection for one of the 5 elders, having enough trust placed in him to be chosen to escort said elder to Egghead and potentially protect him from an Emperor of the Sea, Monkey D. Luffy. Kazara fought a one-on-one sword combat with an Old Silver's Rayleigh, the former right hand of the Pirate King. Though Rayleigh held the Admiral's entire focus by Kazara's own admission, the elder pirate eventually grew tired while Kazara did not, thanks to his younger age compared to the enemy, and both men emerged from the fight in conjecturally fine condition. Number 8. Kuzan. As one of the Marines' chiefest assets, his departure left a notably detrimental impact on their force, as supported by one of the 5 elders calling him an enormous power in dismay over Kuzan's affiliation with the Blackbeard Pirates. Against Akainu, Kuzan would prove his then fellow admirals equal in strength. A one-on-one duel between the two saw them meeting one another blow for blow through most of it, such that it took 10 entire days to settle. Though Akainu was the one to emerge victorious, both men sustained grievous injuries. A year after his fight against Akainu, upon encountering the Blackbeard pirates, Kuzan was able to swiftly defeat several of Blackbeard's officers, including the enormous San Juan Wolf and other ex-prisoners from Impel Down's Level 6, by freezing them up in a matter of seconds. Number 7. GARP. GARP is considered a living legend and is one of the strongest Marines of all time. Even at the ripe age of 76, he was shown to be able to easily strike down Marco the Phoenix, Whitebeard's right-hand man. During the raid on Hatsanosu, he overpowers his former student, Kuzan. GARP possesses vast levels of physical strength that is considered legendary. At his best, he had monstrous punching power at his disposal, with his epithet, GARP the Fist, attesting to the immense power of his punches. GARP possesses immense mastery in the usage of conquerors and armament haki, which we saw him use in their raid in Hatsanosu. Him and Kuzan are interchangeable depending on how their fight goes, but for now GARP should be above Kuzan. Number 6. Blackbeard. One of the most prominent feats that showcase Teach's incredible power were displayed by him defeating 2 division commanders of the Whitebeard pirates, Portgas D. Ace, and later during the Payback War, Marco, the new captain of the Whitebeard pirates, and also recently defeating Law. After the time skip, he and his crew fought against the Revolutionary Army and destroyed their headquarters on Baltigo. Teach is a skilled user of armament haki. By using armament haki in his arm, he was able to defend himself against S-Hawk's sword slash, which could cut Amazon Lily's large mountain in half. Teach also shows an incredible tolerance to pain as, despite his devil fruit greatly amplifying the pain he receives, this never stops him for long, demonstrated when he took a point-blank quake bubble attack from Whitebeard to his head and neck without losing consciousness. Number 5. Sakazuki. During the Summit War, Sakazuki's fighting prowess was well established against Whitebeard, an emperor and the world's strongest man, whom the admiral matched up to in a head-to-head confrontation. While Whitebeard managed to gain the upper hand and delivered a serious blow to Sakazuki in their second clash, the admiral did the same and melted off half of Whitebeard's face in exchange. Sakazuki also fought his fellow Admiral Kuzan for 10 days, and was the one to prevail and emerge as the victor. Sakazuki's vast durability and endurance, best illustrated by how not even 2 successive point-blank quake punches from Whitebeard, one to his neck and another to his midsection, and both coming imbued with haki, further increasing damage, the second blow strong enough to split the island of Marineford in 2. Sakazuki retained not only consciousness thereafter, but had enough strength left to keep on fighting. Number 4. Luffy. He recently awakened his devil fruit, whose awakening grants Luffy's rubber-like body increased strength and freedom, including turning the environment and other living beings into rubber, which is limited only by the user's imagination. It is for this reason that the user is said to become the embodiment of freedom, able to bring joy to the people around them and making it the most ridiculous power in the world. Luffy is also a very skilled haki user, having all 3 types of haki and mastering them. He also uses a new attack called Bujram Gun that is coated with armament and conqueror's haki, which he uses to defeat Kaido. Number 3. Mihawk. As the strongest swordsman in the world in both name and reality, Mihawk is one of the strongest pirates in the world. Even before the great age of pirates, he gained fame by defeating stronger and stronger foes until he had no worthy challengers left, and now he reigns at the top as the strongest swordmaster in the world. Due to his strength and swordsmanship, Mihawk was a rival to Shanks, a future emperor and great swordsman in his own right. They competed fiercely in legendary duels on a daily basis until Shanks lost his left arm. He wields one of the 12 supreme blades, the Black Blade Yoru, as his main weapon. His vast mastery in swordsmanship even surpasses the skill level of his former rival Shanks. Mihawk's skill and observation haki is extraordinary. True to his epithet, Hawk Eyes, he has incredible eyesight. Number 2. Shanks. As one of the 4 emperors, Shanks is one of the 4 most powerful pirates in the world. Kaido, who is renowned as the world's strongest creature, put Shanks in the same elite class as other legendary pirates that actually possess the strength to stand against him in battle, such as Rock's DZ Beck, Whitebeard, Odin, and his former captain. Shanks is also extremely fast, as shown when he intercepted Akainu's attack before he could kill Kobe, despite having just arrived at Marineford. On Elbaf, Shanks leaped from his ship to the Victoria Punk in an instant before Kid could fire his damned punk. He also uses Wi-Fi Haki, which he used against Admiral Aramaki. Shanks' use of this ability seems to be much more potent compared to the likes of Big Mom, as he defeated Eustace Kid and Killer in a single Conqueror's Haki-infused attack. The latter took much less of the actual impact, while causing collateral damage to their ship and crew. Number 1. Dragon. Dragon's actions have given him the distinction of being the world's worst criminal, yet he has managed to lead a largely secure existence despite the world's greatest powers being after him. He has been attempting to overthrow the world government. Dragon's power is unknown up until now, while at the Goa Kingdom and Lobe Town, strong blasts of wind have occurred in close proximity to Dragon, which have helped him accomplish his objectives in both places. It remains unconfirmed if Dragon was directly responsible for these wind blasts or if he has a power enabling him to create them.